Do you feel like Denyce in Hollywood, you talked about some of the roles, the sexy roles,
Yeah, I mean,
even in House of Pain, you were a nail tech in
no,
that?
I've actually been really lucky, and
Oh, you was a barber now. That's right.
yeah, but I was a nail tech. But
Nail tech.
real quick shout out to Jesse Torero, who directed Soul Plane. Long story
Jesse.
short, I did music videos for a while, and when I met Jesse Torero, Jesse told me he never wanted to put me in a video because he wanted the first time that he worked with me to be a movie. And when he got Soul Plane, I was one of the first people he called to audition. And I auditioned for Katie Obear's part. And when I didn't get it, he was like, I'm gonna still put you in a movie. So shout out to Jesse Torero for keeping his word. But at one point, I remember seeing a breakdown, and I don't want to say the casting director's name. I'm good with telling a story, but I ain't gonna call people out. I saw a breakdown. Somebody sent me a breakdown. They were like, "Yo, they used you in a breakdown. Like your name is used in a breakdown." I was like, "What?" I was like,
explain what a breakdown is to our viewers.
Yes.
That don't know.
Oh, so a breakdown is basically when they're casting for a TV show or for a film, they have a character. And the breakdown is, it basically tells you a summary or a synopsis of the film. It also tells you who the director, producers, writers, all that is. But then the breakdown is telling you how the character looks and their personality, and describing them, how they want you to basically absorb this character before
A Denyce
you audition.
Lawton type.
Yes. So normally you'll see a Brad Pitt lookalike or an Angelina Jolie type. They always use big names. So my friend sends me, that was like, "Yo, you're in a breakdown." And I look, and it was for Entourage. And I was like, "Nigga, I made it." I didn't, but I was like, "I made it. I'm in an Entourage breakdown." But no, I remember sitting at home crying for like 2 days when I read the breakdown.
Oh, really?
The casting director had put the breakdown, and they were looking for a girl who was a video vixen.
Oh, that's fucked up.
And they wanted a Denyce Lawton type that was voluptuous and exotic. And why is this making me emotional? And it said,
"Don't be emotional. You'll be all right."
No, I'm about to tell you what it said. It said, "Nudity required." And I just remember thinking, I had never done anything that was like that type of a role, but I said, this is what they think of me. And so I purposely stripped everything down. And when I was like on MySpace and all these other things, I took all my sexy photos down. I took down bikini photos. I took all this stuff down, and I wouldn't wear makeup. I was going more natural. I tried to change that branding, because I was like, I didn't do anything to feed this, at least in my mind, to feed this, because, that's the music video world. And then I realized, I know the Spike Lees and the Will Packers and the John Singletons. I knew all these people, and they were all like my friends or people in my inner circle that knew me. But I'm like, well, why aren't they hiring me? Why aren't they letting me come in for auditions? And someone said to me, there's a possibility that they don't look at you as Denyce Lawton, an actress, because they know you as Denyce Lawton, the girl who did music videos.
Wow.
And so they still have this idea. Yeah. And there were African-American female black casting directors that never brought me in. And when my representation would submit me, they're like, well, she's a video girl.
But that's the ignorance on their part too, though. You shouldn't have to change the mindset of the ignorant people who's doing things like that. Their mindset.
That's the majority of Hollywood. So I had to, I eventually changed that narrative, because I then started going into rooms and stuff. But it was also the decisions of the roles that I selected, or the jobs that I would take. There are a handful of people that want to, criticize me and be like, "Oh, you do D-list movies, but you watched it. And I got paid."
And you're in the movies.
Right.
So,
right. But they'll make these comments about these roles, but I've been very particular about the roles that I've taken. It might not be mainstream blockbuster films, but one, I got a bigger check than half the people that did blockbuster films. But I also chose roles where I got to play the woman next door, or I got to play something other than a vixen. And I have been offered roles on TV shows, like direct offers on hit shows, but they always wanted me to do something like, oh, you have to simulate giving oral sex, or you have to simulate this, or you have to, they want, a back shot. And I'm like, I'm not doing that.
Right.
And
we applaud you.
I had to turn down a lot of roles, and that could have catapulted my career. But I took the
but you still have your dignity.
really long road. Yeah. I took the long road though.
You got your